So we hear different things, right? I think is what you're trying to say. We hear different
Well, and
stuff.
you also hear that it depends on how much is being sold at that time, and I don't know if that decreases it or increases it. Like if other players in that lobby are also selling acid, I'm not sure how that factors in exactly, but yeah, it varies a little bit, just in anecdotal experience as well. But so I'm thinking in the back of my mind, like if I'm in this hot lobby and I start taking rockets, I'm gonna shut her down. I just have a rule like first sign of trouble, shut it down. Like because for a while I wasn't doing these lobbies. I would do it in like the lobby where you didn't get the bonus. Down. Yeah, so I was just like, you just got to be disciplined. I'm gonna set what I call a trigger point. The trigger point
squash the ego.
Yeah,
and shut it down.
You clearly see a rocket that has been shot at you. Shut it down immediately.
Thanks for your time, Chuk. Happy Saturday, man.
Yeah, happy Saturday. Thanks for yours as well, man.
So, dude, we were just saying you just couldn't wait. You had to get on the delivery bike and get after it.
Yeah.
There's an extra $100,000 on the line.
I had to make something I thought I'd never say is I had to make an acid sale this morning before I jumped on the podcast. Yeah. Yeah, that's a profitable business there in the old GTA.
It is it's been a particularly fun one too. Especially as a player coming from Ark, where you're always worried about getting raided and you want to like make sure your loot's good and you that whatever you plan to do with your stuff can take place, and so. Especially in the beginning, I was real nervous about getting on that, very exposed delivery bike and going through the city, dude, with all these people on. If our fellow gamers haven't, noticed yet, we're talking about GTA Online, which is probably going to be the main topic of this episode. Man, it really like a lot of anxiety the first few times, man, because that delivery bike is just, But then you soon find out that it's quite a fast, all-terrain kind of vehicle right there, dude. You can get into some tight places on that thing.
It's up armored a little bit too, and like you can kind of. I feel like there's some real like improvements to it, but then there's some visual ones. Like you can kind of make yourself feel like I got those hand protectors on there now. That was crucial to me.
Oh snap!
Didn't want to smack one of those on the side of smack my wrist on a
fingers
building.
Lord forbid a Mark II oppressor comes out, and shoots at your fingers.
Or my arch enemy of all time on the acid delivery bike is the water. The water is my absolute... Dude, one day they set me up so bad. Like, I was delivering that shit down by the docks, and, like, it's like delivery here, like, check mini map. I can already see the other delivery. I'm like, oh, this is easy. And kind of, there's a ramp, like, right in front of me, and I'm like, I'm going to hop there and, like, just straight in the water. I mean, it was just like they set me up so bad. Like, I mean, it was there. Like.
Are you saying that, like, there's a developer that knew what they were doing when putting that ramp where they put it?
Yeah, because if I'd have really goosed it, like I would have made it and it would have been just fine, which is, I would say, well, we had to 50% of the people in that first instance, but just for whatever reason, I had kind of pulled a little forward and then checked my mini map. And so I just didn't have the speed, and oh, it was terrible.
Oh, dude. And so you lost your
instantly, like, cause I'm always in the back of my mind thinking if things, I have this sort of plan cause folks that have played GTA out there, there's this thing when you're making a sale, if you do it in what I call a hot lobby of like, more than 20 people, you get a bonus. It's a little bit debatable. We think it's around 40 to 50%, which is, significant. And,
yeah, well, I mean, there's probably a actual like clear black and white number. Mm-hmm. We just, as gaming, connoisseurs and historians, we get all of our information and research from YouTube.
Yeah. Well, and
So we hear different things, right? I think is what you're trying to say. We hear different
Well, and
stuff.
you also hear that it depends on how much is being sold at that time. And I don't know if that decreases it or increases it. Like if other players in that lobby are also selling acid, I'm not sure how that factors in exactly. But yeah, it varies a little bit, just in anecdotal experience as well. But so I'm thinking in the back of my mind, like if I'm in this hot lobby and I start taking rockets, I'm going to shut her down. I just have a rule, like first sign of trouble, shut it down. Because for a while I wasn't doing these lobbies. I would do it in like the lobby where you didn't get the bonus. Down. Yeah, so I was just like, you just got to be disciplined. I'm gonna set what I call a trigger point. A trigger point
squash the ego.
Yeah,
and shut it down.
You clearly see a rocket that has been shot at you. Shut it down immediately. Not. Like, because at first I was doing that, and I would just wait till I'd actually died.
Wait, what do you mean by shut it down? Forgive me.
Close the game, transfer to new session, just whatever you got to do to get out of there.
Just shut it down.
Yeah, because the consequence of that is very light. Like if like you go a little bit longer, though, you lose it all. And in the case of why I bring this up is when you go in that fucking water, dude. There is no time to shut it down. It just, like, as soon as you realize, like, you look at your bike and you're like, can I get it? And it says, acid sold. Like, and then, like, you're like, no.
Oh, sold?
You may have already made a delivery or two, so it'll still give you credit for that. It'll say that it's sold, but what in reality has happened, you've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars just now.
Yeah. Yeah, like you made 2 deliveries and there's 8 to go.
Yeah,
and you just
that
lost.
was exactly the numbers I had, and I was just like,
oh God, sorry for putting salt in the wound.
Oh, dude, not the water again. And then like
is that what you were telling Pepe Tortilla and I? Guys,
watch out
be
for
careful around that water.
That water will because you're trying to deliver fast, so you're kind of out of control mood, and usually that's okay. Like the consequences are fairly light for having a bad accident, wreck, bouncing off buildings and everything. But water, I mean, it's over instantly. And dude, the very next delivery, I get inside, like when I'm trying to lose the cops, I get in the golf course, which is also like full of water, like ponds and things. And sure enough, man, sunk it again.
Fuck, dude.
Another time I was down by the docks and I just couldn't find the drop point, and I just went to look around. I was like, is it around the other side of this building? Straight in the water. It's just like, God,
dude, it's like fucking Poseidon is in there just like luring you in, man.
So then after that, I just started, I said, I will not lose to water again. And I started saying that over and over as I was driving.
I got a t-shirt in the little suburban store there in GTA Online. Like, never again.
So when I see
like
it,
a
I'm
wave.
like, oh, I see you, water. I see you. You're not getting me today. And but God, there's a lot of hazards out there. But God, that makes it exciting.
Oh, dude. Well, like the other day. Well, before I forget, because I think. Okay, here's what I just want to put this out there. Maybe one of our listeners, if they actually know the real number, they can hit us up on any one of our social media. But I think the high demand boost is that you get 2% increase, a 2% boost on whatever it is the amount that you sold. Not the value, but the actual sell price. Like in my case, I'm usually talking about the bunker here. So you'll get 2% for every person online, provided that there's at least 20. So
sounds pretty accurate.
As long as there's 20, let's say there's 21. So there's over 20 now. That whole boost high demand thing is now activated, and you'll get for every 21 people, not every 21, for the 21 people, you'll get 2% for each one of those people.
So really, it probably varies from 40 to 60%. Like if you've got the full 30 lobby. There
we go. Yeah. So that would be my understanding. As long as there's over 20, but there's actually 30, a full session, you won't get the 60. I think you'd get, -1 because
you won't get credit for yourself. Yeah.
You won't get credit for yourself, I don't think, or maybe like if you have a team with you. So, but that's what my understanding of the whole high demand boost is. If that's not correct, please let us know, and we'll shout you out here on the pod.
I should get credit for myself because, like I pointed out, like I did.
Because they have it. They have it out for you, man. And you should get credit. You should get your 2% for that. Because the developers obviously like had it out for you with that.
Yeah,
ramp.
Water should count as one.
But yeah, at least until next Thursday, you should be getting $100,000. We'll call it a bonus on all of your sell missions. It sounds like. And if you sell like over $500,000, well, we don't know if it's the sell value or the value, but you apparently you can get up to $200,000 bonus until this Thursday coming up. So, the rest.
I got to call Rockstar out on that one because I know that's exactly the information that was in online and in the videos and whatnot, but I don't seem to be getting that for some reason.
Dude, you are, dude. You're not the only one that's been saying that, but I think what's happening, I'm sorry for cutting you off. I got to stop doing that.
You're good. That was the point.
It's a real asshole move to interrupt people, and I always call people out for interrupting, and here I am interrupting. No, Chuck, do not tolerate it.
Call me out just on that. Made acid delivery, and I got $500,000 just like normal. No extra $100,000, no $200,000 for any of that.
Okay. Dude, I think this is what's happening. This is what's happening, and I want you to check it out this next session, the next time we jump on, because Pepe mentioned it too, but then he mentioned something else, and I'm gonna bring it up here in a second. And this also happened to me. And when Pepe mentioned it yesterday, is when I had the that's what's going on here. Okay, here's the thing. And if you're also experiencing this, fellow criminal enterpriser of GTA Online, watch this, observe this, see if it happens to you. Otherwise, maybe there is a glitch. There might be. I might be wrong here. You don't get the 100,000 or the 200,000 if it's over the 500K. You don't get it right away. You don't get it the moment you sell. You're not going to see the number like right there on the moment you complete the mission. You're actually going to get it 5 or 10 minutes later. You'll notice you get this random deposit into your account, and you'll be like, where did I get that? And because of the fact that it's 5 or 10 minutes later and it's not actually right after the mission, it just kind of goes off as like an unrelated, like, it must be like, I don't know. It must be something, something else. Cause how we get random deposits for good behavior. And so yesterday, I don't know if you remember, all of a sudden Pepe was like, dude, I just got $100,000.
I see. Okay.
You remember that yesterday? We weren't even actually doing anything particular. We were kind of in the middle of seeing what we were going to do. And Pepe was just like, dude, I just got 100,000. And the reason that caught my attention is because the day before, which was actually Thursday, it was the day that this all kicked in, I noticed it too. I was like, why did I just get $100,000? And because it was like literally 10 minutes after I did that sell mission, I just did not connect the dots.
I see. I hope that's how it works. And I guess like I have noticed some random deposits like that, but not recently, not like during this week's stuff. But that's not to say that, I didn't sort of deposit with something else and just didn't notice because I've been making money, dude.
Dude, okay, before we talk about how fucking savage you've been lately, and I say that in a good way, I want to just mention real quick, because we were talking about getting hit by oppressors and, trying to make a sale and all of that, excitement and anxiety and the PvP and everything. How about that sell mission we did yesterday when you and Pepe Tortilla were helping me? And it seems like yesterday it wasn't water, but it was, you definitely got stuck.
Boxes got me that time. There's something.
Chuck's all like, yeah, man, I got you, dog. Don't worry. We'll do this delivery. I'm like, do you want me to use Ghost Organization, just to hide us for a little bit? He's like, nah, don't be a pussy, man. We don't need that shit.
No. Hell no.
And then 2 minutes later, the guys.
I'm stuck.
Guys. I need you to bring that laser beam gun over here.
I need one of those because I do get stuck quite a bit. But
up and atomizer?
Fuck. It's almost like we had that dune buggy situation, and I think they just on purpose they make the deliveries like in odd places because you can take that thing a lot of places. But yeah, I was just coming down kind of just above the beach there, like I wasn't on the beach, but I was on sort of the malecón there, and
nice El Malecón, Simones, the boardwalk, Holmes, Malecón, yes,
yeah, and I just tried to cut between some boxes that were just sort of decoration and jammed that thing, and you know how it's kind of wedge shaped.
Oh, I get it. I see what you did.
Yeah, the front part would go and the back part wouldn't, and then it wouldn't back up. And I was like, you're like,
it's
hey,
like when a little
good?
toddler sticks his head through a fence, so it's real easy, but then he wants to get it out, and you start.
Because we were fairly close together. Like I was pretty much on, I wasn't far behind y'all, and you were like, hey, you need any help, Chuck? Are you good? And I couldn't with a straight face. No, everything's great, man. Like, and I remembered y'all had those guns, and on the mini map, y'all weren't very far, but y'all are driving away as I'm saying it, and I was like, yeah, you might want to bring that thing over here, but
I could tell in your voice that you weren't 100% sure that you were 100% stuck.
Yeah.
And because we were getting chased and everything, and Pepe was marking the next delivery, and I was, we were getting chased.
Yeah.
It was just like, are you sure you're really, really stuck? And then you got out, dude. You totally got out.
Yeah, and I think one of the things I was factoring into that is there weren't a lot of vehicles around there, and I knew that was probably going to be my best shot was getting another vehicle and ramming it, and I was out on the boardwalk, and so I was just, I ran like down through there and found a car.
That's what you did?
Drove it back up those steps and got down there. Yeah, and it worked first try, like bam, right back out of there. But then,
damn, dude, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah,
but we got, if you don't play GTA Online, I just gotta emphasize on how much like stress and anxiety you must you're feeling at that moment because you're expecting at any second to get hit, just nailed by another player.
Yeah, that's, like I say, water and other players have been my biggest enemies. And plus, I want to say this was by the ocean, so I was being careful. And, it just, I didn't realize just that they were going to put them in that ridiculous of a place for those dune buggies. Because usually, like with the Insurgent, it's pretty much just somewhere you can just drive into fairly easily, And these weren't impossible, but I had to go down the steps of the boardwalk to get down to the beach. I'm like, coming down through there. And
damn.
Well, and also it just so happened that was where they had dispatched the NPCs.
Who in the hell would drop off weapons here?
Well, they had the NPCs also getting us there, and I was like, spending tons of time sitting still, so they were just like converging on me constantly, and I'd have to stop and shoot a few of them, and just and then I realized like, God, this is taking some time, and it's your stuff. Like you've spent money for those supplies, and you're expecting that return. If you're like me, you've already got that money spent in your mind. Like you're kind of like, I get this, I'm gonna get that.
Well, it's good to know that you think that, Chuck, because now I'm gonna think about it a little extra when I accept your. Hey man, can you help me out? I don't want to lose your stuff either.
And I think like. The only way I would be angry at somebody is if they just just completely ignored the importance of it or something, as long as somebody's like giving it their all level best, and shit's going to happen. I mean, that's what makes it
happened at the end of this salvation, dude. All right. You got to get to the best part.
Well, it's important to have that first part because I kind of, all the deliveries were kind of jacked like that. So we didn't have a ton of time toward the end there. And then somehow, I think I saw your arcade, on the map since I was working for you, and it was a fairly similar color spot.
Yep.
And so I marked it and drove over there and wasted another minute or two, and then was headed for that last drop, and then real PvP started. Like I couldn't see him, but you kept saying oh, somebody's following you, and I was just trying to drive.
I was
along.
Just keep going, Chuck. Just keep going. Pepe and I were trying to catch up as fast as we could, but we could see that there was an oppressor. He was following you, man.
That dune buggy's not armored much at all.
Fuck no, you're exposed, dude.
Yeah,
it's like the rocket could come right in on your head, dude.
Yeah. Well,
It's got amazing traction and
so, and I think
but-
that was delivery 4 of 5 that I was making right at that moment, and I did get in there like and get it made, but there was still one to go, and man, it seemed like almost simultaneously he shot me, and then as I was dying, it still showed the animation of him getting blown up by you guys, like
oh, dude, we were this.
Yeah.
Chuck, we were almost
5
there
more
on
seconds
time.
earlier, and I would
Dude,
have lived.
we would have been, God, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, it was, but man, it was so much fun, dude. It was like, guys, it was like a freaking Die Hard movie. I mean, fellow game, it's like, it was insane. It was unreal. Like,
Yeah.
we all walked out of that with our chests high. I must
Yeah, because
say.
ultimately you've got
We only
hundreds
missed
of
one-
thousands on the line, like especially with those bonuses there. Like the difference in making that next delivery and not is pretty high. Like, but you've also got 9 out of 10 out there, so it's not bad. Like it's already paid for doing it in the high demand lobby. Like you've already got more money than you would have gotten in the regular lobby. So
Oh, yeah.
it's an acceptable loss, sort of like.
Oh, it's a huge. I looked at it as a huge win, and just the fun factor was so high that like we all walked away from that just like
was fun,
so
yeah.
stoked, dude. Because you made it all the way, and you made the delivery, and you were starting to pull away, and we saw how because what was cool is Pepe and I pulled up on this bridge, dude. We were up on this tall overpass thing so that we could see down upon you like what was happening. And we had and I'm like, ready, Pep? And we're like, we're gonna stop at the top of this, pull out your rocket launchers and let's go. And dude, he's like, perfect. Hit it here, and we brake, dude. And right when we braked and jumped out is when he got you, and then we like lined them up, dude, and just watched the little square go. He just fired, man, and just fucking nailed it. Pepe killed him. Pepe ultimately got the kill. It was beautiful,
Dude, I'm not kidding. It was so close to me living. In that wasted screen, like when you're kind of falling out, I saw him die. Like literally, that's how close it was.
I saw revenge take place upon that bastard. Yes.
I thought and I didn't realize you guys were across there on the bridge because I thought if you got him with the rocket launcher, I guess it must have locked on. Yeah, I guess I was thinking you guys were right there, and I was like, man, grab the vehicle because at that thing I think we still had.
Yeah. I remember you were like,
probably still had a minute and a half, 2 minutes, but
that was so funny.
we kind of had another firefight with that same guy, like because it spawns him right back too, like in that same.
Oh, he came back so pissed because he didn't have any idea that
we had
be
backup.
challenged.
Yeah, yeah, that's what's
dude,
fun.
We just lit him up, dude. Destroyed his oppressor and everything. That was so funny. Oh, that was so much fun, dude.
Yeah, that kind of takes a second to
ridiculous.
get back, I think. Like, don't you have to spawn the terabyte maybe to get it back? Or I forget exactly how quickly it can be spawned, but
We're not that cool yet.
yeah. I don't,
We're not that cool
I don't
yet.
know because I don't own one and won't anytime soon. It's like $8 million.
Yeah. Unless you have the trade-in price, and it's still like $6 million or more. I think it's 6. Yeah, that's insane.
God, that is exciting though. That's about been like my funnest time. I feel like is when we're kind of working for each other and we're making deliveries. It's the most profitable, really. Like I've been kind of surprised. Like I feel like the heist should pay more than for what they put you through to get them set up and the cost of setting them up. It's just.
Oh, and it sounds like they used to pay more, and they've been nerfed. Like, especially the Cayo Perico Heist, I keep seeing that it's just, like, every time they have... I've seen YouTubers comment that their words are along the lines of, it seems like every time there's an update, the Cayo Perico Heists, among many others, get a huge nerf to their payout. So...
But something like... I think we should talk about where I feel like some of the funny moments come from, though, is like I feel like this is a game that you play a decent amount solo, and then you also like we have like I'm super thankful that we have like our group that we can play this because I don't think a ton of people have that. Like I know a ton of people do, I guess, but like there are tons of people out there that just don't have that, and like I see even creators that are kind of like that, and
They're all solo players, yeah.
Yeah, so it's super thankful for that, and I always remember that and enjoy it. But I will say at times, like, it is difficult to get like especially in sneaky link kind of situations. Like, it's hard to get like 3 dudes like on the same page and doing something like in the game. It's again, it puts you in the situation where tons of money's on the line. Like, and time, like not only like the money you're trying to get, but the money you could be making somewhere else, like doing the same effort and everything. And, so it just and we all sort of have our own little our own separate personalities of how we approach.
Are you talking about yesterday?
I'm talking about
Cayo
anytime
Perico
we're doing a heist. I think things went awesome yesterday.
Was particularly funny though, dude. I mean, I said it to you guys the other day. Obviously, I was joking a little bit, but I think the first time we all tried to do the Cayo Perico heist, our fucking friendships were put into true test.
It will test your friendship.
Obviously, like, not really, but you know what I mean? Like, we all started off very like, all right, boys, I'm gonna get this all set up. We'll go get some snacks and some armor. Yeah. We'll all meet over here. We'll get on the submarine. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's go, team.
Heads up, Pavel. You in? Pavel. We're all stoked. And then by like, the 6th or 7th try, the chat is just crickets, man.
Yeah.
And then, we're just waiting for the first one of us to be like, all right, guys, love you. I'm gonna call it a night.
It was like Helldivers all over again, like, pretty much. It's just like,
dude, that's funny. That's just so much funny. It's so much fun. But yesterday, dude, you really like shined, man. Because we had that first experience, and then we were doing a bunch of different stuff yesterday, making a bunch of money, and then Chuk said, hey, do you guys want to do the Cayo Perico? Everything's pretty much set up. I was a little hesitant, resistant, and honest, and
rightfully so, yeah.
And then you gave honest feedback too. He said, like, I get it, but look, it's all set up, and if it just, we won't fall into that recycle repeat thing where, because also, I mentioned this because of our time difference. I want to maximize the amount of fun factor, missions and stuff is before you have to go to bed.
Yeah, we really only had time for maybe 1 or 2 more good mission type things for the night. So yeah, we didn't want to waste it on restarting over and over.
Yeah, and you said Cayo Perico. I started having PTSD flashbacks, like of that night, trying to get out of there, just getting wasted over and over again. I'm just playing. I was like, no, just playing. But so yeah, but we did it on hard, and it went real smooth. Pepe really wanted to leave a trail of death. Well, even though we were going stealth, but he's like, let me go over here and let me get this guy. Make sure he doesn't get. You're like, no, man, come over here. It's all right. We're just gonna leave that one. There's a couple up here we can get.
But he's also really good at killing them too. Like you rarely hear that he's messed up. It's happened a time or two, but usually they're dead. Like if he sees them and goes after them for sure.
Yeah, I miss it. It happens to all of us, man. Because those NPCs will move, man. They have a move pattern,
for that.
Let's be real. We never wait long enough to kind of track the pattern of their movements, right? You got to move. You got to get through there because eventually they're going to find, Anyways,
I will say I have at this point because as I kind of mentioned, I was committed. I bought the Kasaka. I spent the 2.2 mil for it, and then an additional 1.8 for the chopper. Like I was committed to Cayo Perico. So like even though it was frustrating for me, just like everyone else, I knew that like I got to figure this out, and I know it's possible because I've seen the videos. You hear people speed running it, and so yeah, I just kept watching those videos, and at some point, like I got my map just like big size and just sat there, with plenty of time here by myself and just really paid attention, to what the hell's happening. And it's pretty interesting, man. It's kind of got a little James Bond element to it. Like you've got like some fairly predictable things, and then you've got this one sort of wild card guy that's just rambling around with a freaking minigun. and a helmet on.
Oh yeah, the Juggernaut dude.
Yeah, that's who got us yesterday. And I feel like they spawn less enemies on the solo version of it. Maybe I'm not 100% sure of that, but one of the things I try to do is just take out as many people as I can. So whenever, if I do get discovered, like it's not like I'm fighting 40 people at once kind of situation. But
I saw something yesterday on a video that like you can poison a well, and if you poison the well,
they're kind of weakened.
Like it weakens all the bad guys. And then you did something as well where like none of them had armor anymore, which was
disrupted
super
the
helpful.
armor.
That was huge.
Because if you do miss a shot, the fact that they have armor will screw you. Because like there's like when you do it solo, you've still got those two guys together, so you got to figure out an angle where you can kind of shoot them both in the upper head area.
In the upper head area. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess neck and head, I guess is like and yeah, I've had them like it's a little forgiving. Like you can miss and he'll kind of stand back up and as long as you get him right then, like it's still cool.
It's still good. Yeah, you're still. Yeah. And dude, what was funny to me yesterday is you were using the silenced machine gun or whatever. Yeah. And I was just like, it's like that would never work in real life because you can totally hear it, dude. It's like, from when you got the silenced pistol and it kind of like, okay, I get it. We've played GoldenEye 007. We all love that game. You shoot the guy, pew, he dies. Like, but with that rifle you were using, I was standing back kind of watching you, and it would just be like, you totally like, oh, that's not silent.
How I got to that was I started like when some of the runs I've done solo, I've tried different loadouts, and one of them had like an SMG as your secondary. So, and I kind of noticed with that, it saved me one time. Like I'd kind of like the guy did the weird like head moving animation, and just the fact that all them bullets were still coming out, it still got him, and I was like, okay, like. And a lot of the speedrunners you see, like they use the rifle. I do feel like that might be the best setup because I thought that shotgun one would be better, but if you were just going to go like once the things went south, but its range is a little shorter, and that's even exacerbated by the silencer, so it's not the same, but yeah, I love that. It is as frustrating as it was. It is ultimately like. What makes it really funny when like I say you try to get three people, because I've done it with randoms and it's still like you'll look and you'll see the levels of everybody and you'll think, oh man, that guy's like 300, like he'll be the best, and like not always. It hasn't always gone that way.
No. But dude, like what was cool yesterday as well is we eventually got killed and you were the only one left. And I'm not gonna lie, dude. I walked away. I went AFK for a second, going, "There's just no way." I'm gonna wait for them to say, "All right, let's try it again." And then I come back, dude, and you're fucking in scuba, like doing the dolphin. I'm out of here, boys. Get some.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, mission passed, and we're getting payouts, and I was like, "Fucking ChukTomahawk, yeah, dude, killing it."
It does seem like there was about a 4-minute like lag in the mood there, where no one was really rooting for me. It was kind of like, yeah, here we are again. Like,
and you're like, I'm about to show these cocksuckers.
And then I was down there drilling into the vault or whatever to get the prize, and it was like. Maybe like I started to feel a little support at that point.
You took it home. You took it all the way home. Yeah, when I came back and sat back down, you were already like scubaing out, dude. You were gone. You were leaving.
Yeah, you're not far from it at that point. Like you really all you got to get back up the elevator, jump off the balcony, and fight. It kind of hurts you a little bit, but it's definitely the way to go because you don't have to fight all them dudes, and then just run for that front gate and. Get out there, take the dude out on the motorcycle, get on the motorcycle and jump it in the water and swim away.
Damn,
as slow
dude.
as possible.
Fucking James Bond.
Yeah.
Chuck Bond.
And see, that's the thing. I think, with that attitude of sort of like, I got to make this work, I just started looking at it like, I'm going to try to learn something every time. And you do. Like and when we were kind of just sort of playing it before, we had watched a video or two, but I felt like we wanted to have the experience too. And we didn't know you could swim away like that. Honestly, like there is a place, like when you kind of walk by the cliff, like not every time, but sometimes your assistant Pavel will say, take a look at this cliff. It's a great alternative to dying or something like that. He kind of points it out to you that you can do that on sometimes, but not every time. And I think a lot of times when you walk by there, he just says like, don't fall off or something kind of to that effect. And you wouldn't know that exactly because, man, we were trying to like make it to the top of the island on foot or by vehicle with multiple helicopters in the air, like just roasting us.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, which would have never worked. Like, I mean, maybe like you could pull that off like
Chuck.
after 30 tries or something. But like, what we were trying to do was like not going to work. But there are some interesting things that you see people do. Like, you remember that big helicopter was there. I guess that's Pavel's helicopter. I saw this guy go over the other day and load it up with sticky bombs and then like take off on that motorcycle, and that helicopter came up after him and he was like
oh fuck.
Yeah.
That's a good plan as well, dude.
Yeah, that was slick. I was like,
you can do a bunch of things to like make the Cayo Perico heist easier, it seems like. And they say it's the best paying, per hour. I don't know how they, measure all that stuff, but they say it's kind of like one of the best paying It's definitely, they say, the best paying heist if you're doing it solo.
Yeah,
if you're doing
I think
solo.
One of the ways I look at it is I don't try to do it like either or, like say, okay, I'm just going to only spend my time on sales or whatever. I kind of like, I'll do my sales, and then when I have a break or I need to let the sale kind of cook for a minute to get a little bit higher to its maximum for my delivery or whatever, I'll go knock out a prep mission on the Kasaka. And I think if you only did that and failed a bunch, you would fall behind.
If you only did any of the things, it would get boring.
Yeah.
Like if we only played this to make money in the sell missions, which right now is kind of a large part of what we're doing, but it's not like the only thing, because it would get boring.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we want to level up as well. And, you're not going to farm levels doing sell missions. You're going to get money doing sell missions, which is great, especially if you get the upgrades. So we're also being smart with that money. I mean, it is a money-making game, but you don't want to just do one activity over and over and over again, because it will get boring. Like, all games can get boring. We all left GTA for years and recently came back to it. I think it went on sale on PlayStation for $9.99, and it was like, hey, guys, what's up? Let's do some GTA Online. GTA. And now here we all are, like, passing level 60, doing pretty good. Mm-hmm. We started all with brand new characters at level 0, and we're having a blast, man. We've been like, it's been the only game we've been playing, man. Like I can see Helldivers and Ghost of Tsushima and Ark and Call of Duty, Warzone. They're all there on my thing, looking at me, going, "Hey, what? We miss you. What happened? What happened?" Hey man, I'm criminal enterprising over here, with the crew. I'm VIPing, CEOing, MCing, spinning that wheel every day, baby.
Making money.
Dude. Okay, that's another podcast episode that I have in the cooker here that I'll tell you about. We're gonna talk about that.
How to make money.
But yeah, it's been so much fun. Hey, I wanted to ask you, because I saw this on online, that Rockstar announced that they're gonna ban people for griefing in GTA Online. What do you think about that?
I hope like it only is like in extreme cases, like people that are genuinely just trying to ruin your experience, because I think we all like that part of the game to some degree. Like, especially like if I only have just a very 15 minutes or whatever, that's a fun thing to do, is just go on a rampage, And when you see you're getting to somebody, it's pretty fun. Like it sucks to be that person, but I've enjoyed the PvP lately, dude. There's been, I would say, three different times I've been making a delivery, and somebody killed me, but they didn't blow up my delivery. It was still there. I came back, killed them, and got back in my truck and went on about my way. And you know, it was exciting as hell. I was thinking I was going to lose it. I was thinking about starting it over, like my golden rule of shut her down. Like,
dude, you keep deviating from that golden rule so much, dude.
I think the best. Yeah, you're true.
Don't sidetrack.
It's so bad. Yeah.
Dude, on a Chuk point. Oh, dude.
Yeah,
that's hilarious, man.
I did lose my train of thought there. But get us back on track.
Fuck, I forgot too what we were talking about, but griefing. Yeah. I wanted to know like what your thoughts are on this, like that they're banning griefing now. Because the reason I ask is like it's like, well, wait a minute, like,
yeah, does
that apply to this game? It's called Grand Theft Auto. I mean, you know, how, like, and I remember watching the videos about it and everything and YouTube commentary, and there's obviously a lot of stuff they talk about regarding harassment, race, all that stuff, and not, cussing and just being like, an evil human online when you're gaming with people. Obviously that's forbidden. Of course, good. All of those evil humans should be, booted off, in my opinion. I have no comment about that. But like the thing about banning people for griefing was, I don't know. It seems like, how do you define that? What's griefing in this kind of game? And I could see it like if in it, like you asked, like, well, only in extremes. For me, an extreme would be like if I like what's the word? God, sometimes I forget English. If I like, that's it, singled out like a particular player or set of players or whatever, and I continuously like annoyed them, attacked them, killed them, grief, like, and they'd like go to a different session, and I somehow find to like pursue them and continue to look for them. And
freak me out if somebody followed me to another session.
Yeah, that's like stalking, right, or something like right, or that's obviously an extreme. That's a griefing thing. Like you're totally griefing. But like, what about in a situation where you're doing a sell mission and someone comes and attacks your shipment, which the game says you should do. It says stop their shipment to get extra money in RP.
Yeah.
And then, they attack you and kill you. And then, which you were literally just talking about, you retaliate. Is that griefing?
No.
What if you retaliate and you got a chip on your shoulder and you keep retaliating? Is that griefing?
I would say
it's literally a game where you run around and grief NPCs at the very least.
I would say somewhere around the third time that I kill you after you killed me, like it starts to get questionable. Like
third time?
Yeah.
There's the charm?
Yeah. One good one for sure. And then a follow-up. Like you're still, see if you want some more, like you come back after me and maybe I get you again in that roundup. And if it's kind of clear you're going on about your business and I'm still like chasing you down, like maybe, and then 4 and 5. Like I saw it the other day. It gave me this. I could go into a one-on-one death match with a person who was doing that to me. Has it ever gave you that option? Have you?
Oh yeah, I've never taken it though. I've never
either. But
it just seems like why? Like what for? I'd rather just continue on with my. But anyways, I don't know. This whole like they can ban griefers. I don't know. It seems like it's going to be something they're really going to have to like if I don't know. It's going to be on a case by case basis, I think.
I feel like
they got to really like check someone out like to see what it is they're doing that constitutes a full banning if it's on the basis of griefing.
I would imagine too like it's almost like cheating and griefing to an extreme like that probably go hand in hand. And I would think too, like for you to really get someone's goat like that, you probably are cheating. So it probably will serve like there'll be a nice little side effect of them, going after the most extreme griefers.
Yeah, and see, like you mentioned something. I don't need to bring that up. It's not. Well, are you sure it's cross platform?
I would go like 98%. I have been wrong or whatever, but let
me pull it up real quick, just because if that's the case, man, like an argument for me would be like, well, what about the fact that we're on console playing on PS5? Like console has that stuff pretty locked down with cheaters, But if it's cross-platform, then we're exposed to that. And on the PC, it's a lot easier to use mods and hacks and
I agree.
And programs and apps and shit that could give you limited money, perhaps, or just your good old-fashioned God mode where no one can kill you. And then yeah.
Well, and I've seen people in my lobbies with 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 levels, and that's
8,000's the tops. Yeah,
that's one of the ways I know like that they have to be on a computer. Dude, I'm sitting in the casino right now, making money as we speak.
Oh yeah, you got that. I
need to jostle my controller over here. Excuse me.
Are you on the? Are you in Are you at the inside track?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I tried the other one where you just walk into the casino and leave it on that load screen where it lets you choose between casino and penthouse. It didn't work, man.
Did not.
Didn't work. Nope. That one didn't work for me. So right now, the only one that's worked for me has been the inside track.
I wonder if there's a product out there that like you could
look at
attach
this,
to your
dude.
controller that would move the stick for you.
Dude, so check this out. I'm going to. Okay, we're gonna have to inform Pepe Tortilla about this because he was pretty adamant, per usual. As he usually says. Is GTA 5 crossplay the definitive answer? GTA Online has been Rockstar's most popular game by far, with the numbers still peaking. One of the main reasons for this is GTA Online's role-playing community. Let me get to the good part. Where's the... Okay. It says, so, is GTA cross-platform? No. GTA 5 crossplay is not available. Rockstar has not introduced a crossplay mechanic like the ones seen in popular multiplayer games such as COD, Warzone, Fortnite, Minecraft, etc. Is GTA crossplay possible between PS4 and PS5? Okay, now they're asking, is it possible between PlayStation platforms? It's a separate question. Does not have crossplay family. Yes, it's possible. However, it's not possible to crossplay between PS4, Xbox One, and the dedicated. Okay. So I don't need to get any deeper in that. But the point is, that's good to know, dude, because, unless this article is wrong, when is this from? Maybe this is like really old. GTA 5. A next-gen port of GTA 5 and online for both the PS5 and the Xbox Series XS was launched in March 22. Yeah, there's no crossplay.
Yeah.
No. It does not have any crossplay. So what this means is we're only playing with PS5 players. And I don't think there's going to be that as much... I don't know. So wait, that's weird though. So how are all these 8,000 level 8,000s on there?
I don't know. And what about when I get on that computer at my CEO office?
Oh, well, you're that means
I'm on a console on a computer.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying. You guys see what I'm dealing with here? Damn.
It's like Cayo Perico flashbacks.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, we did dub the Tomahawk Chuk, Cayo Perico Tomahawk yesterday after that successful mission where we, Pepe Tortilla and I were at that point, we're just spectating, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh look, we just got 100K, 150K, like
man, we backed it up with taking down the police prison break heist.
We finally finished the prison break heist. We got a decent fourth random that could, he was a great fourth random.
He was.
Yeah,
dude, I felt like that whole session we were just seemed like killing it. Like it was a good session all the way around for everybody. Like we all
lots of money was made.
Yeah, progress and fun was had. Like I love just sort of the comparison of like kind of how I approach things alone, and then when we're together, it's just like I say, because we all have our own idea. It's like we went by that one PvP player, and you're like, all right, he's not looking at us, and then Pepe's just do. You're like, whoa, and he's like,
let me get out my T1000
what are you doing?
Terminator gun here.
Him. It's like, don't make him mad.
Oh yeah, we want to make sure he doesn't come and kill us. He's like, dude, he's gonna respawn, but pissed off this time.
That was the best defense is a strong offense type philosophy, and I but you can sneak through like everybody has their way or whatever. That's what but. There's no. You can only hope to contain our crew, man.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't control it. Like it's just like, yeah, because just like me getting stuck, like so I've had sometimes Pepe and Tortilla. I would be making separate deliveries of my shit, and then I hear him giggling, and I'm like, oh God, what is he doing?
Oh yeah. It's gosh, it's funny.
It's good times, man.
But yeah, so just wrapping up the whole griefing thing. I mean, I didn't really want to dive into that as like a whole episode topic or subtopic or anything, subtopic. But it did catch my attention because it just felt like GTA Online is it's basically it's basically griefing soup with a side missions, It's not missions soup with a little bit of griefing on the side. It's I mean, that's the whole, I don't know. It's not the whole point of it, obviously, but
well, let me just say this: like I played a lot of GTA, but I'd never played online, and this has been my first experience with that. But even before I ever went to it, or before I even got into playing Ark, I thought of GTA Online as the home for griefing. Like if I was a player, that was my thing.
It's literally the city of Griefersville.
yeah, and I feel like everybody has their own levels with that, like where they get an excitement out of it. I'm not gonna lie, like it gets my heart beating and stuff, but like other people, like that, like it's a big part of the game for them, and at times I've sat and tried to wonder where it comes from, but. And I'm looking at you, Ovox, because I feel like anywhere even when we're playing PvP, you always manage to throw a little something in there for the folks. So,
what do you mean?
You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yesterday, when everyone signed off, I gotta have both sides of the coin here, because. With the whole griefing thing and how they want to ban griefers, I can definitely say, oh, cool, there's a little birdie outside my window with something in his mouth. That's cool. Sorry.
I thought you were going to hit that Bob Marley song there for a second.
I was just like, when you guys signed out and I closed down the party chat, my chat automatically went to the public chat within the game. Mm-hmm. So I could hear everyone that was kind of close and everything they were saying. Dude, I'm not going to paraphrase what people were saying, but dude, there's some nasty chat, nasty voice chat conversations going on, and the whole lot of dude, people drop the N-bomb like there's no tomorrow, dude. And you can tell that they're not it's not just reserved to black people, man. There's all sorts of people dropping the N-bomb in video game chats. It seems like every game that Ark is the same, dude.
Oh yeah,
Arc is the same, man. And there's some like I bet COD's the same. I've never been in a public chat with COD, but I'm sure. But dude, GTA is so bad. It's like I was just like, I was listening to it, just going like, oh my god, these people are just like being so mean to each other. It's insane.
It's
dude.
like just somehow
it's
based.
insane.
There are creators that I've seen on TikTok that they'll say how long does it take to hear something racist in a COD lobby, and like they'll log in, they'll say one word, and like soon it's just immediate right back, you know.
Oh yeah, they'll say like, shut up. You know, and then like drop the M-bomb. Okay.
Yeah.
You stupid, M-bomb.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, dude. Yesterday I was like, okay, I kind of see where GTA is kind of like, God, guys, devs, we got to do something about this. But how do you can't, I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie to you, like I feel like there's levels to it.
Oh, Chuck, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt again. I just don't want to forget something that they said. It was that they were gonna have like an AI that listens to the public voice chat.
Oh, yeah.
Not the private PlayStation party chats that we're in, but like
the anti-griefing situation. Yeah.
Well, and the anti-dropping N-bombs, like all that, like and then all not just like that word, but like they say a lot of really nasty, racist, toxic shit, dude.
I tell you, one
just
of the things people don't realize
is
that stuff gets recorded, dude. I saw this website where you could go back to like Call of Duty Black Ops, like the first one, and like go find games that you played in and listen to the voice chat from like 20 years ago.
I wouldn't even. I could go back, no factor, dude. I've never said anything like that, And whenever I do say like random dumb stuff, it's very clear that, and I never anything race related or nah, I mean, sometimes we go back to and we drop some insults and stuff that were very popular in the 90s that probably wouldn't be popular these. But there's a few things we're trying to bring back here.
There would be some cringe, awkward moments here and there, but like you say, I pretty much live on there like I live in my real life. But I will say, like in GTA, I almost have this theory. Like when I see people that are just obviously like they get some kind of charge out of messing with others, like I can't help but feel like who hurt you? Like what is wrong with you? But I also like it's nothing for me to run over somebody with my vehicle in there. Like I don't want to act like I don't do weird
That's the thing,
things
dude.
that I would
like,
never
so
do in real life, like steal cars and things. But there should be some limit. I feel like
there's a time and a place.
Yeah,
there's a time and a place. But yeah, that's the thing. It's hard too because it's like. Even like a real extremist or someone on the extremes of this would say like just to play it is to be a hypocrite because the game itself is, it's you're stealing, you're
that's
killing,
how I thought of it. Like one of the things that came up like as soon as when I made my character, I tried to make a dirtbag, and that's why to me it's hilarious when as soon as Pepe Tortilla first saw me, he said, "Hey, it's Andrew Tate." I was like, nailed it. Like,
all right, now let's go start up that Cayo Perico.
Show him what a high level man looks like.
And then Pepe's like, and that made you laugh so hard. I remember when that used to be an app on a phone, dude. On the very first iPhone, you could get an app and you'd hit the button and it would go.
Oh yeah, they used to do that on the Daily Show a lot. Like I think with Trevor Noah is where I remember hearing it, and I can't do it like you guys. Like it was just frustrating for me, but he did it so perfect last night. Like it just hit like just right. And then it's like once we get started laughing, it kind of just is contagious.
You were like crying,
you just start laughing
dude.
at I start laughing at somebody
else. I had
else
to
laughing.
take my microphone away from my headset because I started my when I laugh really really hard. my like it starts to sound kind of like a chick laugh, and I get embarrassed, and I have to like take the microphone because I start going.
I know exactly. I sound just like my sister at that point. Like, yeah, it can go from low to high really fast. And
things can get real ugly quick over here.
Well, I think it's funny because I established, that it's sort of a rule in GTA. Like if you're doing something that, like a delivery, at the first sign of trouble, shut her down. And then we were talking about like having to bring random people into the heist. We needed a fourth person or whatever, and listeners, for whatever reason, Ovox decided to just play his whole session yesterday in a pair of like leopard print boxer shorts, and that's the only thing he had on. And I was just saying that when you log into and you look at your heist group
in game,
you look at your heist group and you see someone's wearing leopard skin boxers and nothing else. Like
I had a bow tie. I had a black a choker
first
bow tie.
sign of trouble. You should shut it down. Like, don't play that heist. Like, shut it down.
That guy's gonna run, take all your money, disappear, and leave you in a Cayo Perico jail cell.
Yeah, you can make money better robbing stores somewhere probably, but yeah, that was that was a funny moment for sure. But
oh god, that was funny. Well, damn, dude, I want to keep getting some laughs in, but we're at an hour.
Yeah,
but I've got some great I got some great episode ideas, dude. We'll talk about them when we're playing some GTA. Man, thanks, man. Yeah. Do you have any final comments? I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to shut it down.
I love the shit out of this game. If you're out there somewhere on the fence and hadn't played it before, or whatever, Gen X gamer, when your GTAs didn't necessarily have online, like. Yeah,
dude,
man,
they used to be from top. They
shit.
used to be God mode view only or God view only. They used to be top down.
Yeah. I'd always just experienced like story mode essentially, and it never went anywhere like this. And I love the little mix of how like I kind of have some things to lose, but it's not exactly like I've built a base and it can be destroyed and things. It's a good little mix of kind of building yourself up, and I've enjoyed the shit out of it, and it's also making me excited for GTA 6 in the next near future.
Yeah,
hopefully.
If you're excited about GTA 6, you definitely want to be playing some GTA Online, I suspect, unless you've already been doing that, which is also very possible. If anything, we're the odd ones out, Chuk, because we're coming back to GTA Online. I played it a little bit when it was on the PS4. I certainly played the story mode, fully, completed it, made millions, and replayed it. And I remember, oh shit, I hope I didn't mess up my recording here. That's not good. We good? Can you hear me, Chuk?
I can.
Okay, we're good. I just remember from that last time I'm having flashbacks.
Don't hit that space bar, I can tell you that.
Yeah. But and like the first GTA I played was GTA 2, which was top down only. And I remember when GTA 3 came out, I remember seeing the commercial on TV, and I just remember going, "No way, they made another GTA!" And this is I was super young, and then I remember seeing that it was going to be in third person. Just going like, wow, no way. And the commercial was insane, dude. I remember thinking, look at the graphics on this thing. And now you go back and look at it, and the graphics are just trash.
Fuck, man.
But anyways, yeah, definitely. If you're on the fence, get off the fence and pull the trigger. It's so much fun. And if you were thinking about coming back to it, like we were, come back to it. It has changed so much. I had no idea all the new heists, all these new contact missions, and that there's like these weekly updates every Thursday that bring you new discounts, new vehicle discounts, podium prizes, and all this crazy content that definitely wasn't there back when I first played GTA Online. So yeah, it's something else. Yeah, and I think you remember how we've talked about this? How we all kind of needed we needed something fresh, like a fresh breath of air.
Yeah,
I think that the beginning of that fresh breath of air started with Helldivers, and now we're getting a good solid exhale with GTA Online, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
And by the time we complete this huge breath of fresh air, there'll be new games coming out.
I would agree. And I'm excited to see where it goes. I've enjoyed the shit out of it.
Cool, man. Well, I don't have anything else.
No.
Got anything else?
No, I don't either, man. I'm going to get on and actually do some more sales here in a minute.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds good. I'm excited to get some gaming in. Well, shoot. Thanks, Chuk. And thank you. Man. Yeah, thanks, man. And thank you, fellow gamers. Hey, if, whenever you have an opportunity that you're listening to podcasts and you tune in, please click on the follow so that you never miss an episode. And it also help us a ton as an independent podcast. We really rely on all of you awesome gamers and listeners out there to, listen, to tune in, to like, to review, to share, all that awesome stuff. And of course, only if you like it, of course. And if you could leave us a review, that would be sweet. And we'll shout you out on the podcast. But yeah, cool. Well, we'll be back soon with another episode of New Wave Gaming. Thank you, everyone.
Peace.